Hey, Miami, welcome to another episode of the Miami Comedy Podcast. Thanks for joining me. Happy Monday, Miami. Are you guys ready for another week in the city? My name is Manny Garavito, and I go live on this podcast to say hello to all the people of Miami. And today we're going to be talking about what if the Met Gala came to the city? What if the Met Gala came to Miami? What would you expect? Let's talk about it. All right, so a couple of quick announcements before we get this show rolling. Tonight's comedy show will be at the Red Bar at 8 o'clock. That's our early show. And then we have a late night show at Thank You Miami at 9 o'clock. So if you've got to go to work in the morning and you're looking for something low-key to do, Red Bar is your best bet. You show up early, watch the front end of the show. We usually get some really good comedians going up early. And then they go over to the nightlife, which is where we do the late night open mic over at Thank You Miami. And don't let the open mic title fool you. We actually have a really, really big party of comedians. If you're looking to eat, drink, and socialize with the Night Owls of Miami, let me tell you, Little Havana's where it's at. All right? Thank You Miami. That's at 9 o'clock. How are you? Are you guys ready for another trending topic on Twitter on who's wearing what at the Met Gala? You know what? I told myself I'm not going to be a hater on this episode. I don't want to be that guy always talking about, oh, did you guys hear about what's happening in the news lately? Huh? And then, you start criticizing it just to try to be funny. I actually want to go to the Met Gala one day. I just want to go there. I want to go, but like high on LSD. Like I want to go there and just take some psychedelics, watch these celebrities thinking that, they are God's gift to the earth, dress the way they dress, and I'm just there looking at their outfits, and I'll probably end up like believing it's like, oh my God, look how radiant she looks. I'm tripping out, man. Some of these outfits that the celebrities wear over at the Met Gala kind of feels like, when you go to like an anime convention, I don't know if you've ever been to one, but they do these things where they judge people based on what you're wearing, and if they can recognize the character in the video game or the anime. I kind of feel like the Met Gala is the celebrity version of that, where you go up and they judge you, and it's not just a group of people in the back saying, all right, this so-and-so celebrity won the most controversial outfit of them all, so we're going to give it. The people that judge them is social media. And that's what makes the Met Gala so cool. It's like an anime convention for celebrities and the wealthy to go up, and then knowing that the next day on Twitter, people are going to be talking about what you're wearing. So you might as well go all out. And people show up in these outfits. I think someone came out in a burger. Someone came out drenched in blood. Lady Gaga's out there showing up with meat. Was the Met Gala where she showed up with that meat outfit? Whatever. You got to go as outlandish as possible if you want to win the Twitter vote. So I think you got to be a little creative to win that thing. So if you've got the money to get a bunch of T-bone steaks and wrap it around you and go out into the Met Gala, more power to you. Go ahead and do it. That's great. But at the same time, why do we got to leave these fashion shows only for the famous and wealthy? Why can't we have the Met Gala? I know it's called the Metropolitan Museum over in New York. All right, I get it. But bring the Met Gala over to Miami, and let's do it somewhere like, I don't know, like in let's do it at Churchill's or something. Is Churchill still going on? No, let's do it at what's like a nice stage? See, that's the thing. Miami doesn't really have stages. Let's do it at the Frost Museum or the Pam Museum, right? Or you can even experiment and do it a place a little more risky. Do it in Calle Ocho, just out there in the open, right next to the colorful roosters. Just have people walking around with their outfits on. I really believe that when it comes to fashion shows, only leaving it to the wealthy and the famous, you're missing out on some very creative outfits. I know a lot of people that would show up and try to be even more outlandish than these celebrities do over at the Met Gala. Bring the Met Gala to Miami and watch the craziness unfold. People showing up with thongs, flip-flops, some amazing guayaberas. You know guayaberas can be a great fashion statement if you wear them just right. I've seen some really colorful ones, and I've seen the ones that just all white linen on a hot day. Okay? You don't want to be wearing what these celebrities are wearing at the Met Gala in Miami. You'll melt. It's too hot for that. Show up with a nice guayabera with a nice straw hat. You're going around with some loafers on with no socks. Okay? Or maybe some guys that, they were brought up in the culture. They show up with their fashion, the pop polo collars. Okay? I know you. The sunglasses inside the hair. Okay? You've got the boat shoes on. You've got the shorts right above the knee, and then you're just walking around. And some girls will be going, oh, my God, he's so adorable. Ah! Shout out to the students out there, man. I see you with the ladies, all right? You guys are 1 decade away from me. You guys are young, and you're out there killing it with your outfits. I can't believe that works. I told myself this morning, I woke up feeling amazing on a Monday, and here's some motivation for you. Instead of being a hater and criticizing stuff, try to give it a perspective where you actually enjoy it and appreciate it. You'd be surprised what comes out of your mouth. Look at these young 22-year-olds wearing boat shoes and flip-flops and pop polo collars, getting all the ladies in the UN. You do you, young man. You're doing fantastic. So you've got guayaberas, you've got the look. I don't know, you got the sugar daddy look. You could do it over at one of those places over in those restaurants over in the Sea Spice, right in the Miami River. You got Sea Spice, you've got Kiki on the river. You just pull up in yachts dressed like sugar daddies and sugar mamas, right? At the end of the day, someone's getting banged, all right? If you're under 30, just know that you're at a very high risk if you go to that fashion show. You will be targeted. Let's go on over here to the chat. I got a chat cam. We're professional now. What is going on, Chef Vincent? No, that is Bill Hicks. Excited for the Miami GP. I am. Okay. Linda, what's going on? Don FX. Sup? LaFleurs. Let me ask you guys a question over on the chat. If Miami had a Met Gala, where would you attend that event? What kind of fashion do you think you would see? And what time of the year? I think during Halloween would be a good time. As a matter of fact, on today's tweet, I was thinking about how great it would be if Spirit Halloween sponsored the Met Gala. I don't know why some business owners don't think like this. Maybe it's just me, right? Because I'm thinking from a garage, what kind of business move would I do if there was a Met Gala in Miami? And if I was the owner of Spirit Halloween, I'd be like, well, let me promote my stores before Halloween on May, which is if you think about it, May is the halfway point before Halloween, right? It's the 5th month. Halloween is the 10th month. So now you got a 5-month countdown. It's like, hey, guys, the Met Gala's coming around. We're halfway through the year to get to Halloween. Make sure you guys go on over to Spirit. When you see it pop up where that Sears used to be, come on out. We'll try to find the replicas of these outfits. That's another thing Spirit should be doing. Spirit should see which outfits at the Met Gala were the most controversial and then replicate those outfits for people to buy. You'd make a killing for a fraction of the price that these celebrities pay for. I'm telling you, don't ever let me go to Shark Tank because I will sweep the floor with my business pitches. Sometimes I think of the most craziest things like, wow, if only I had millions of dollars to actually make that happen. It would be amazing. And that's that's why people like Elon Musk spend billions of dollars to buy Twitter just on a whim, because he has the same creative ideas. Something just comes to your head. You do a little bit of research, and then like a week later, you buy Twitter. Yeah, I gotta know, how much is Twitter? 44 billion? How much I got in the bank? All right, let me go ahead and buy Twitter. I don't care if I'm broke. Shout out to Elon Musk for actually buying Twitter like that, man. That was such a power move. Man, I wonder what's gonna happen over at Twitter. Will Elon be on Twitter by the time the Met Gala comes out? Is he already like on the chair? Is he the chairman yet? Or is that still like to be determined? Whatever. Let's go back here to the chat. Spirit Halloween, so perfect. I mean, when do you see what people wear at the gala? When you see what people wear at the gala. Yeah, absolutely. I think that I think the Met Gala is just one of those events that people like to see what's going on in terms of fashion, or in terms of that celebrity that you like from that movie, what they have the audacity to wear. And it becomes like a pop culture thing where people can dress a certain way, and it almost becomes like a popularity contest. And I think I can also crack the code on how to win. Instead of trying to beat the competition by being competitive on what you're wearing, instead you can be even more outlandish by not participating. Just go naked. I think if you went to the Met Gala naked, believe me, you're going to make headlines. No one is going to stop you from just wearing a trench coat as you get through security. You got your sunglasses on, preferably sunglasses with a mustache to kind of prep the audience for what you're about to do. And then when you're walking on the red carpet, right, and it's your turn, and then everybody starts flashing, as soon as someone picks up a camera lens, that's when you just open up that trench coat and just expose yourself. Believe me, you will be the number one contender in all of the Met Gala since when? 1948, I believe, was the first one, according to Google. Okay? No one will ever be able to top that. The night somebody goes and exposes themselves butt naked at the Met Gala, you win forever. Naked works always. Absolutely, Dawn Effects. It's like the Super Bowl for designers. But is it, though? Because, again, I don't really think a select wealthy few or famous few can dictate what good fashion is. That's kind of, have you seen the people that go, I know girls that go to the Goodwills or go thrift shopping, and they come out with amazing combinations of clothes, and they have amazing fashion for dollars, for just like $20, and they come out looking fly, amazing. And they sometimes run their own thrift stores, and the things that they curate from other thrift stores, and then they put it there, and I'm telling you, there's people out there that have way better fashion sense than wearing I don't know, what did Kim Kardashian wear, like all in black. Like, no one's gonna wear that in public. Okay? No one's going to wear that in public. What some of these people do when they go thrift store shopping and combining it to create fashion, that's more impressive in my opinion. Because not only can you wear that, but the fact that you got it so cheaply and the fact that you discovered it, you got to have a really good eye to find good clothes at thrift shops and wear it with such pizzazz. Why don't they do that? Why don't they do a Met Gala fashion show for people that go thrifting? You give somebody, here's what you do. I'm telling you, man, I'm full of ideas, guys. You give somebody $50 to $100. You give somebody a $100 bill, all right? You line them up. Here's $100. Now you go out there and you go to all the thrift stores of Miami, and then we're going to do a competition on what you find. Believe me, the things you will see will be way more impressive than somebody dressed like C-3PO. All right? I'm telling you. Met Gala at Tropical Park with Versailles food trucks. Yes! Right there. Shout out to One Mills Mars for contributing to the podcast. Absolutely. Do it over at the Tropical Park. Bring out some food trucks. However, you're going to have to do it in the shade, right? You're going to have to do it in one of those gazebos because there ain't no way you're going to be out in that sun wearing fashion clothes. Am I right? Or am I right? Let's go on over here back to the chat. Yes. Pulling it out front of famous people. Oh, yeah, that's the Louis C.K. look. There you go. In commemoration of Louis C.K., I'm about to expose myself. Absolutely. No, here's what you do. If you wanna do it safely, what you do is you wear the trench coat, and then when the cameras are ready to take the photo, you then say, whoever is offended by the male sexual organ, please remove yourself from this photo session. And then you pause, and then you wait if anyone leaves. This is your last warning. And you pause again, and then you do it. And then if anyone then brings it, makes an uproar, you can then say, well, I told them, I gave them 30 seconds to react, and they didn't move. So now here's me in all my glory. I think that way you'll win, for sure. The Met Gala will always remember the moment that one person exposed themselves on the red carpet. I'm telling you, it's going to end, and I think it'll end up happening. The way celebrities have been acting these days, the more controversial, the better. You know, that formula to promote yourself. The more controversial you get, the more people will pay attention to you. The more tabloids pick up the story, the more documentaries are made about you, the more YouTube channels and podcasts talk about you. Somebody exposed themselves on the Met Gala. All right, take it from me. I'm not famous enough to do it, but if I was, I'd be that guy. Truya says, what are you talking about, bruh? Yeah, sorry that the Instagram algorithm brought me out to you, Trujillo. I don't know, something happened with the IG. This is a podcast for the people of Miami, and this is me writing material. But Instagram all of a sudden started putting it in front of so many people. I mean, shout out to everybody watching. 351 people. That's insane. I never had those numbers before. But the fact that it's happening now, it's crazy to me. All right. GoPro Girl Miami says, yes. Well, let's see. The Met Gala shouldn't end in New York, and the Met Gala should come in Miami, and it's only a matter of time before Francis Suarez says, let's do it. We're already bringing the World Cup here. And when you're trying to beat the world at doing it the Miami way, eventually it'll come down to fashion. Now, I know Miami has Fashion Week, but it's done like in hotels and convention centers and maybe some posh bar in Miami. But I really think it should be a more national thing in terms of the controversy that people wear. And I think that Miami fashion I guess what I'm trying to say is, like, if Miami did the Met Gala, it would make waves because of how different it would be in comparison to the original. The weather would make us wear something completely different than some people trying to pretend that they're into art or to come off like they are, like that better than thou kind of vibe. Because Miami stays at the common folk level. We don't always try to make it seem like we're, at that stage of like where people are like, oh, I'm into art and all that. Like when we've got Art Basel, we can care less about the art. We just do it to socialize with the common folk in Miami. We're like, yeah, put a banana on the wall and let me just point at it and talk about it with my friends while I drink wine, right? So we don't really come off that posh. So if Miami did the Met Gala, imagine how cool that would be. What kind of fashion will we bring up? Probably something close to the banana with the duct tape. Am I right? That's why I think, we should consider it. So just like Mars says, we do it over in Tropical Park. You bring out some food trucks. You make a big event out of it. And let's see what happens. I'm curious to know. What would it be like? Let's go back here to the chat. If we do the Met Gala in South Beach, the outfits have to be bulletproof. That's a great point. That's a fantastic point. Bulletproof vests will eventually be fashion during certain times of the Miami season. The same way we've got fashion with tropical clothes and guayaberas and all that. When it's long weekends during the spring or during Memorial Day, you have to wear your bulletproof vest. And so why not include that in the fashion? Right? Curse and blessings, you got a fantastic point. I like that. Well said, my friend. What up, Wes? Don't worry about it. Herbert says, yo, Miami has its own flavor. Yeah, absolutely. And so now that Miami's getting a little more exposure, right, because of the recent headlines Miami has been making, because of that exposure, I think that Miami will probably be one of the most influential cities in the world. I mean, if the World Cup really does come to Miami, and we talked about this a couple of episodes ago, if the World Cup does come to Miami, what'll end up happening is that people will start getting more exposure to what we're like here and the psychology and the mentality, and then people will pick up on how great the Cuban coffee is, and then be like, these guys are spending cents per thimble of coffee, and we're over here trying to go into the deep forests of Amazon to bring out some of the best caffeine, and it doesn't even match up to how great these are, So I think one of the many ways that we can influence the world is fashion, coffee, and a shallow dating life. All right? As a matter of fact, that's a good one, yeah. I think the shallow dating life of Miami will eventually be exposed, where it's like, oh, we can all have options? We don't have to be monogamous. I don't got to love anybody to feel loved. That's crazy. Hey, let's do the Miami relationship thing over in Europe. Let's do the Miami relationship thing over in South America. What's up, Zoe? Miami, Florida, rock out. Absolutely. Chef Vitten says we're also going to need chancleteras. Dude, I just bought these brand new flip-flops. I made an investment and bought some really high-end flip-flops recently, and let me just say, that is what I call fashion. Go to the beach with some really good flip-flops on. You'll be making an impression on people as you walk by. These flip-flops they've got like this technology that when you step into water, and then when you get out of it and then you start walking, it starts drying itself. Like it starts squeezing out all the water on the sides. Kind of like an inflated balloon full of liquid. You just step on it, just picture like LA Lights, those shoes that light up, but flip-flop style and with water. I saw those things at a Nordstrom. Like, I got to have that, man. That's exactly how, if I had an opportunity to show up to the Met Gala / Miami version of it, I'd show up with those flip-flops. And then what I would do is I would have some butler walking around with a big tub of water. Like he's sliding, those little children toddler pools full of water. He's sliding it around, and then as I walk into the red carpet, I dip my feet into it. and then I leave like a little trail of flip-flop steps on the red carpet. There you go. That's a memorable way to make an appearance at the Met Gala. There you go. All right, you show up in flip-flops that squeezes out water. All right? Okay, everybody. Let's go ahead and wind it down. What's up, Anthony? Michael. All right. Thank you, everybody, for tuning into the podcast. We're getting really popular on Instagram. I'm surprised I'm hitting these numbers. This is great. And the fact that it remains there, 330 plus. Thank you, guys. All right. So if you guys want to see the full version of this podcast, in case you guys are brand new, I should let you guys know what I'm doing here. Okay. So this is a comedy page in Miami, and I write content every single day. Now, of course, writing comedy is one of the most difficult things to do creatively. So in order for me to come up with an endless amount of content on a daily basis, I go live and I just talk about a particular topic until something or some ideas start getting tossed around. So that's why I go to the chat. That's why I talk about what's happening in the news. And that's why I get your feedback, because what you guys are doing is putting in your input on what can be written for the following day. So tonight is the Met Gala. Let's see what we can come up with tomorrow. If nothing, we just move on to the next topic. We do this daily-ish around 6 o'clock. And another thing that we do is we do live stand-up comedy shows. So one of the shows that we've got going on tonight, again, is the Red Bar Comedy Night. That's at 8 o'clock. And then we've got the Thank You Miami show, which is the late-night version of our comedy show on Monday. That's at 9 o'clock. Usually that show lasts until midnight. Tomorrow we're over at Dom's in Brickell. And Wednesday, we've got nothing Wednesday, but it's coming soon. That'll be in Doral. Thursdays, we're over at the one on Sunset. Friday, we're back at Thank You Miami. Saturday, the one on Sunset. Sunday, Tipsy Flamingo. Which, by the way, I should go ahead and say this. Last night, over at the Tipsy Flamingo, magical night. You had to have been there. The Tipsy Flamingo has really been booming lately. And we've got a lot of great comedians that are showing up and performing there. Shout out to Cisco Duran, Marcelo, Amber, our guest host, Dean Rashdi. There's so many good comedians that are going to that Sunday night show and just, do their thing in front of a crowd full of people visiting Miami and locals in Miami at the same time. It's like always a 50-50 room. And we socialize. It's kind of like a networking event to see who are the people that are coming here. And I always take a survey and be like, all right, who's from out of town and who's from Miami? It was just such an explosive night. Make sure you guys look into the shows that we do in this city because we are having a lot of fun, almost to the point where we're going to have to start doing two shows a night in order to meet up with the demand on the popularity. So last night, we standing room only. Tipsy Flamingo, Sunday night, okay? If you ever want to see a show, again, miamicomedy.com. But that's not all. If you guys haven't done so yet, make sure you guys get your Miami Comedy shirts. All right, we got them in white and we got them in black. These are NFT designs. They're limited edition and they will sell out. We are halfway through the inventory, and I also want to thank everybody that got the shirt so far. All right, on the first week alone, we've been making strides. Just last night, I sold like a good 6 shirts. Did I break these? I just got these. Anyways, just last night, I sold 6 shirts. All right? These things are going to run out fast. We've got more modeling photos coming out. Speaking of Met Gala, you guys are going to be seeing – that's how I would show up, too. Flip-flops and a Miami Comedy shirt. I also got some fashion photos that I haven't posted yet, so stay tuned for those on the timeline. All right, everybody. Have a great Monday. Hope to see you at a show soon. I'll be back doing this live stream tomorrow at 6 o'clock.